9,140 pounds, one owner, originally sold just down the street at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, and Cougar 30 RLS coming down to us here at Haylett RV Brokers. This is our consignment store. We're selling this on behalf of the original owners, but don't let that mess with your head. We still do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, RV delivery, and everything in between. This thing looks great. I don't really see where it's been used a whole lot, which is probably the whole reason it's here. I just don't think they were using it. She looks just about as good today as the day she first rolled off the lot down the street at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is sharp. Dual opposing slides, giving you tons of room. What's kind of cool about this has the same kind of living room as basically like my father, Mr. Haylett's fifth wheel, a 3120 RL Montana. You got these opposing slides, entertainment kitchen over here on the driver's side, all of the seating and all of the windows over here on the camping side, the door side of the RV. And that's one of the things that we really enjoy a lot in a lot of RVs at Haylett RV is when the windows are over here so you can see your site. That is a thing a lot of people when you're just shopping at a dealership seem to not consider. Because when you're just at an RV dealership and you're surrounded by RVs, you don't think about it. But when you're at a campsite, you want to look at your stuff, not your sweaty, shirtless neighbor. Which could easily describe me if I were camping. Oh, anyway, nobody wants to picture that. Scrub that from the memory banks. Ripcord style feeder seating over here. Right next to our tri-fold sleeper sofa. So if you do have some guests, this is a great little guest space. And both side stands have residential outlets. So if you pop that open for a sleeper, even an adult, maybe with a CPAP machine could spend the weekend. You know, they could keep themselves comfy with some storage below and above the seating right there. Across from that, straight across from the theater seat anyway, is our huge HD TV right here. DVD Bluetooth above, electric space heating fireplace below. And you can turn that on for heatless visuals. If you just want to run the air and you don't want some extra heat, that's where this thing can kind of come into play. As we pivot our way around here, I'm happy with the lighting package. Everything in this looks good. Once again, great window coverage. This is the lighter fabric decor from Cougar. Oh, this came before Storm. I think this was called Champagne. The new Storm fabric, it's a little almost aggressively light for me. This is the one I really liked the way this looked. The freestanding table and chairs here overlooking your door-side dining is just awesome. It really gives you, I mean, you can sit right there and say, hey, you know, who's knocking on the door? And these are tinted windows, so it's not like people are going to, you know, crack the door and peek open at you. There are also some cool little indirect light panels like you see in that ceiling light fixture above here. So if you want like just a nice little navigation night light, you can do that very easily and frankly very effectively. Let's talk storage, because that is something this model does very well. Every little nook and cranny they could offer in the overhead cabinet space, they opened right up. All pocket screwed cabinetry, of course. It's something that this is a great alternative RV for something like a big Montana that has, you know, it's got a lot of extra weight and size to it that some people don't feel comfortable towing. That's kind of where this one comes in. If you want that big destination living room, but you don't want the big intimidating Montana towing size, that's where I think you're going to find the Cougar half-ton series coming into play for you. It's one of the reasons that we like having them down even still today at Haylett RV. Now over here you can see, you know, big pantry with adjustable shelving built right into the pantry, which is great. And I think that if you adjusted that lower shelf, huge space for just a massive wastebasket down there. I don't think people realize that's a good place for one of those. But it's not done, because there's a little bit of a hidden, what I like to call, pantrytainment center back here. Well, we don't want to forget about the island. You might notice easy reach outlets and sealed edge countertops throughout the entire RV, which is a nice touch. Stainless sinks inset down below that high-rise sprayer faucet. But down here, if you're looking for big space for like big pots and pans and whatnot, you see there's some shelving space there, but this one's wide open. Another good potential candidate for a big wastebasket kind of space. Not to mention, including the two extra large pots and pans drawers that we saw earlier, you've got a trio of like utensil drawers right there. One of those, and if I was in this RV, one of those would definitely have a deck of cards, because I think it's the law if you're from Michigan and you go camping, and you play cards, you have to at least play one round of euchre, one hand of euchre each trip. I haven't looked into that, but it seems like that's the kind of thing that must be the case. You also know you're from the Midwest if you can spell and play euchre. Remote control for things like awnings, stabilized jacks, slides. You know, there's some cool stuff that you can do with that. And this was before all in-commandy kind of stuff came through. So there's some people who they like just touching a button instead of messing with a touchscreen. This is kind of the generation that sort of gave you the best of both worlds. I think this was also the first year you saw the Montana pivot door come into the Cougars. It has since, after this, phased out of both Cougar and Montana, interestingly enough. I always kind of liked it. Some people did, some people didn't, you know. Over here, around the pivot door, if I can sneak the camera through, you see that porcelain foot flush stool. Good linen space built right in over here. And this shower, woo, it is, how tall is this up here? It's got like a roughly 7-foot upper deck. I mean, it's big. You can easily stand in this shower, no problem. Little comfort corner seat over here, in case you need to sit down to bathe or shave your legs, something like that. And over here, extra large sink and set into that sealed edge counter space with a huge medicine cabinet. Moving forward into the bedroom, quick note for you. This has a single 15,000 BTU air conditioner on it. It is 50 amp. It is second air ready and capable. It would go right here. If that is something in which you are interested, you contact our team here at Haylett RV, and we are more than happy to get you quotes on stuff like that. We do that kind of work all the time. That's easy stuff. Big window over here for the bedroom. Really lets in a lot of light. Now you can see super CPAP friendly side stands, and you'll see that on both sides of the bed. Little kind of dresser drawer below. And this is not hanging closet space up here like you would normally think. It's basically like an elevated dresser. And the reason being, your hanging space is actually going to be located over here in the slide. And in case you're curious, there is plenty of it. And of course, there is that big full storage compartment that's easy lift below the front bed right here. And I wanted to lift this up not just to show you the storage, but also to demonstrate that if you want to put a larger residential mattress on this, like the previous owners did, it still maintains its status as an easy lift bed. There are some instances in the RV business where they kind of calibrate those struts for the original factory mattress, and if you want to put something bigger, thicker, heavier on it, and it doesn't really want to go up and down the way it's supposed to. And if you want to, you can throw a TV against the wall over here, although nobody ever did, so you've got fresh, clean wall panels waiting for you. Below the bed and bath, you see this wide open compartment. I like how it passes through to the front as well. And you are going to see a lot of the previous owners' accessories going with this RV, since they are done camping. They just didn't need that stuff. Now, this was made the first year that the Cougar half-ton series, which the name, obviously, they want to imply half-ton towability. I always kind of put safety before the sale here at Haylett RV. Want you to know that is the name of the RV. This is called the Cougar half-ton. Is it half-ton towable? Well, that really depends on your truck now, doesn't it? Some half-tons will handle it, some will not. If you're not sure what your truck can do, give us a call and we'll double check all the safety specs. But this is the first year that they went 0 degree rated on these with the 12-volt tank heaters. The entry steps, a lot, like almost every fifth wheel nowadays seems to have those stable steps. This RV is stable step capable. They just weren't included from the factory at the time this was built. The nose accent lights are orange so that they are DOT approved in case you leave them running going down the road. And I can't find any sort of weathering, glitches, bumps, bruises, delamination, none of that. This is good looking. This is how it's supposed to look. Power front jacks for leveling, power rear stabilizers, everything on this push button simple. Our baggage doors have magnet holdbacks, as you can see. And if I take a knee here, all you're going to see is the underbelly enclosure. But again, this was the first year that this series of Cougar, the big Cougars, had been 0 degree rated for a while. This is what I guess I would call Little Cougar. This is the first year it became 0 degree rated, just like a big giant Montana. She's rear camera ready, and obviously you see that 200-pound rated cargo rack on the back here. There's a little beam that can pop up on that if you want to convert this into something like a bike rack, if you just want to put some coolers on it. Even a little portable generator, you know, if you want to do some off-grid camping. I tell you, one of the best things I think you could do, find a generator that just has an RV plug on it, and then it's just simple. You just take your normal RV power plug, slap it onto the generator, and you're good to go. Now you can see all the windows again over here on the door side. And did you catch the fact that this does have dual power awnings so that you've got maximum shaded patio space? Got a little bit of morning condensation moisture up here on the roof, but I'm not really concerned about it being all slippery dippery dock, because that's the whole point of this type of roofing, is that it maintains a good grip on your feet even when it's wet. Because if you're going to get up here and clean it and maintain it like the previous owners seem to have done a good job of doing, well, you're going to want to make sure that you're not, you know, slip sliding around, because that's a good way to get hurt. And that pretty much covers it. Seals look good, roof looks good, everything looks good. If it looks good to you, give us a call, and maybe it'll look good in your driveway. Who knows? So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylett camping, everyone.